Alright guys, so we just got a big round of leaks for the version 6.1 banners, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're a free-to-play player, this patch is gonna hurt. Your Primo gem stash is about to feel very light, and I'll explain exactly why, which characters are worth it, and how you can plan without completely panicking. Before we dive in, quick note. Nod Cry servers are already live, so let me know in the comments who you pulled in 6.0 Phase 1. I read every single one of those. They always make me smile. Now let's get into it. I want to be upfront before we talk specifics. These leaks are being passed around by DG Cat, who, for those who don't know, has been one of the more reliable names in the leak scene. That said, leaks are still leaks. Things can change, numbers can shift, phases can swap, but this isn't just random noise. The general consensus is clear. Version 6.1 is absolutely stacked. We're not talking about one must-pull and 3 filler banners. Every single 5-star in this patch brings serious value. That means you can't just wait until the live stream and make a snap decision. Your planning really starts now. Let's start with the new face on the block, Nefer, a 5-star Dendro Catalyst. And yeah, she's looking like a really interesting addition because she isn't just another off-field bot. She's built to stay on-field and drive Lunar Bloom teams directly. Here's how her kit works. Her charged attack lets her slip forward for up to 2.5 seconds. Then she finishes with Dendro damage. And get this, using her skill or sprinting doesn't cancel that state. Her skill makes her dash forward, dealing AoE Dendro damage, and it activates something called Shadow Dance. While Shadow Dance is active, if your team has at least one Verdant Dew, her charged attack upgrades into something called a Phantasm Performance. That means Nefer and a Shade strike together. The Shade hits count as Lunar Bloom damage, and the first Shade per cast will consume 1 Dew. Now, you might be asking, okay, what's Verdant Dew? Basically, it's these little moon-like orbs that appear next to your character. If you've done the Lauma trial, you've already seen them. You can pull off up to 3 performances before the stance ends. The stance lasts about 9 seconds, has 2 charges, and yeah, a 9-second cooldown. Verdant Dew itself is generated for the whole team whenever you trigger Lunar Bloom. You'll get 1 stack about every 2.5 seconds, up to a max of 3, and it refreshes when you trigger it again. Her burst? Wide AoE Dendro Strike, 15-second cooldown, 60 energy cost. It can also consume stacks of something called Veil of Falsehood to hit harder. You gain those veils by absorbing special seeds through her charged or phantasm hits when your team is under the Ascendant Gleam Moon sign. Once you hit 3 stacks, you also get a short Elemental Mastery buff, and her passives are nice and straightforward. Extra Elemental Mastery converts into bonus attack, up to around 200. That same EM also raises Lunar Bloom base damage, up to a cap, and while she's in the party, she boosts your team's moon sign level by 1. I could keep going with constellations and the finer edge cases, but that's enough to give you the big picture. Bottom line, she's an on-field Dendro driver with strong Lunar Bloom synergy. If you like learning new mechanics and you want to be at the front of the Lunar Bloom meta, Nefer is the character to start aiming for. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. Right now, Lootbar has a special limited pack of 6,480 Genesis crystals for only $72 compared to $100 in-game. That's a $28 saving. I just entered my UID and selected my server. In less than 5 minutes, the gems appeared in my account. As you can see, I received double the amount for my first purchase. Just like with in-game top-ups beyond Genshin, you can also top up in Hongai Star Rail. Lootbar has over 100,000 satisfied users and also supports PS5 and Xbox top-ups. New users can get an extra 10% discount from the link in the description. Next, let's talk Furina. She's been around for a bit, and in my opinion, she's still one of the strongest, if not the strongest, supports in the entire game. Furina does everything you want. She buffs your team's damage a lot. She adds strong off-field damage of her own. She's flexible with basically any element you want to pair her with. And on top of all that, she has one of the funniest quality of life perks ever, infinite water walking. If you don't own Furina yet, she's a massive priority for almost any account. She fits into so many different teams because her value isn't tied to one little niche. She's just good everywhere. If you already own her, congrats. You can relax and focus on other needs this patch. Now let's shift to Arlecchino. She's a ridiculously strong main DPS, shining especially in melt and vaporize comps. Her playstyle feels smooth, especially in fights where you can reliably trigger reactions. Will the new Lunar Bloom mechanics overshadow her in score-chasing content? Maybe. But honestly, I don't see her dropping out of the meta anytime soon. Characters who hit hard on field and drive reactions just don't go out of fashion. If you like her animations and that aggressive looping playstyle, Arlecchino is a safe bet. She's fun, she's strong, and she's going to stay relevant. And of course, we can't forget Zhongli. He's not flashy, he's not topping DPS charts. But what he is reliable. He's still the strongest shielder in the game, period. That makes him one of the most universally useful characters in the entire roster. New players love him because he lets you learn enemy patterns without being punished too hard. Veterans love him because he just deletes a whole layer of stress from weekly bosses and hard event fights. Basically, he lets you focus on damage rotations instead of survival. He's foundational, not flashy, but sometimes that's exactly what you need. Now let's take a quick look at the 4-star pool for these banners. Rosaria, solid cryo battery, very clean cryo application. Yunjin boosts normal attacks, which can make certain on-field drivers feel amazing. Lanian, newer shielder that's honestly underrated. Great chance to experiment if you haven't built her yet. The key thing here is that none of these 4 stars are dead pulls. If you're rolling for a 5-star and pick up copies of these along the way, you'll find uses for them. Here's where it gets rough. Primo gems are tight. Version 6.0 has already been heavy on the wallet. We just had Lauma and Nahida in Phase 1, plus that whole Sumeru chronicled wish-pulling at everyone's attention. For a lot of players, that meant splitting Primos across a brand new mechanic, a proven Dendro anchor, and a lineup of strong returning Sumeru units with their signature weapons. Now imagine stacking Flynn's Yellen, Nefer, Furina, Zhongli, and Arlecchino all in the same cycle. That's brutal. This isn't like other patches where you get 1 must-pull and 3 easy skips. No, this is 6 very strong cases all dropping at once. That's why this leak cycle feels so overwhelming. So how do you actually plan without going insane? Here's the breakdown. If you love exploring new mechanics and want to be at the front of the Lunar Bloom meta, start saving for Nefer now. Just remember, she really shines when paired with Lauma, so don't skip her if you're aiming for her. If you need a universal power boost that makes almost every team better, Furina is your safe anchor. If your account struggles with survivability and you just want to stop worrying about dying, Zhongli is still worth it even years later. If you want a fun reaction-driving DPS who will stay relevant long-term, Arlecchino is the way to go. And here's the important part. If you don't have any of these characters, you need to accept that you probably can't get all of them in a single patch unless you've been saving for ages. And that's okay. Decide what actually brings you joy and what fills a real gap on your account. Then commit to that choice. Don't torture yourself by trying to get everything. All right, your turn. Since Nodcry is already live, I want to know, who did you pull in 6.0 Phase 1? Did you go for Lauma? Did you lock down Nahida? Did the Sumeru Chronicled Wish tempt you into picking up Nilu, Alhaitham, or Sino? Drop your stories down below. I love reading them. Thank you all for being here and helping this channel grow. If this video helped you plan without panic, hit that like button so other travelers can find it too. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. That way you won't miss the official phase order confirmations when they drop. Remember, banners will always tempt you. That's literally their job. Your job is to decide once, pull for the characters you actually love, and let the rest go. Save up to 25% on current banners at lootbar.gg, links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.